Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving into the invisible, but totally crucial legal armor that protects the world's greatest ideas. We're going to explore the fascinating mechanics behind what makes innovation not just possible, but actually profitable and protected.
So, let's kick things off with a foundational question. What is the most valuable part of a brand new invention? If you take apart a revolutionary new product, does its true value lie in the physical materials? The metal, the plastic, the wires? Or does the real worth live in the intangible idea, that spark of human genius that actually brought those materials to life?
Here's our roadmap for today. 1. Ideas as intangible assets. 2. The power of IP rights. 3. Types of intellectual property. 4. Anatomy of a smartphone. And 5. Dyson, a case study.
All right, Section 1. Ideas as intangible assets. The true value of human intellect.
Basically, intellectual property, or IP, encompasses the creations of the human intellect that carry genuine commercial, scientific, artistic, literary, or industrial value. Unlike a physical factory or raw materials, you literally can't touch intellectual property. You can't put a thought in a box. But make no mistake, these intangible assets hold tremendous economic value and they can be legally protected. Because let's face it, a brilliant idea on its own is entirely vulnerable to theft.
Moving on to Section 2. The power of IP rights. Your legal shield against copying.
So intellectual property rights, or IPR, are the actual legal rights granted to creators or owners over their intellectual creations. And what's really fascinating here is how these specific legal rights transform an idea from a vulnerable little concept into a fortress of an asset. These rights empower an owner to take total control over their creation. It lets them manufacture it, sell it, license it out to others, and even completely transfer the ownership if they decide to go that route.
The crucial point is that IPR acts as a formidable legal barrier. It empowers owners to prevent unauthorized copying, which means creators can actually earn financial benefits from their hard work. Without this shield, literally anyone could just swoop in, take your hard-earned research, and profit off it. IPR makes sure the creator actually reaps the rewards.
And it's not just about protecting one person's bottom line. It has massive, systemic objectives. IPR is fundamentally designed to encourage innovation, reward creativity, and protect the massive investments of time and money that go into research. By doing that, it promotes technology transfer, supports broader economic growth, and encourages healthy competition, all while actively shutting down piracy and counterfeiting.
To truly understand the stakes here, let's think about a real-world scenario. Imagine an incredibly brilliant engineer who spends years developing a low-cost portable dialysis machine, an absolute lifesaver. Well, without the protection of a patent, literally any manufacturer can just copy the invention the second it goes public. The engineer loses everything. But with a patent, the inventor secures exclusive commercial rights. They can build it themselves or license it out, recover that immense investment, and go on to fund their next big breakthrough.
Okay, Section 3. Types of intellectual property. The arsenal of protection. Not all ideas are protected in the exact same way. It really depends on what you've actually created. Patents, for instance, are used to protect functional inventions. Think of the complex chemistry inside a new electric vehicle battery. Trademarks, on the other hand, secure brand identities, like the instantly recognizable Nike swoosh. And copyrights? They cover creative expressions. That means literary and artistic works, but it also crucially extends to software, like a computer program you might spend months coding.
Continuing down the list, we have trade secrets. These hide and protect confidential business information that gives a company its competitive edge, the classic example being the ultra-guarded Coca-Cola formula. Then there's industrial design, which protects the specific aesthetic appearance of a product, like the iconic curved shape of a Coca-Cola bottle. And finally, we have geographical indications. These protect products that have a specific geographical origin and possess qualities specifically linked to that location, like authentic Darjeeling tea.
Which brings us to Section 4. Anatomy of a smartphone. IPR in your pocket.
It is officially time to take all this legal theory and see how it applies to an object you rely on literally every single day. Think about the device you probably have within arm's reach right now. Have you ever considered how many types of intellectual property are packed into that little glass rectangle? It is an absolute masterclass in overlapping legal protection. When you break it down, a single smartphone relies on almost the entire arsenal we just talked about.
The complex microarchitecture of its processor, protected by patents. The millions of lines of code making up its Android software, secured by copyright. That highly recognizable brand logo stamped on the back is its trademark. The sleek, ergonomic look of the phone body is covered by industrial design. And the incredibly efficient way they assemble it all on the factory floor, kept as a trade secret. Every single time you send a text, you are interacting with a symphony of intellectual property rights. It's the whole shebang.
All right, Section 5, Dyson, a case study, the power of the patent.
To really cement why this shield is so absolutely critical for long-term business success, let's look at James Dyson's journey. Step 1, he spent years and built literally thousands of prototypes, developing a revolutionary vacuum cleaner that used cyclonic separation instead of those annoying traditional dust bags. Step 2, recognizing the pure value of his invention, he locked down IPR by securing a patent specifically for that cyclonic tech. Thanks to Step 3, Dyson could actively prevent massive, established competitors from legally copying his core technology during the life of that patent. And all of that led directly to Step 4. With a protected runway, his company exploded into an absolute global leader in premium vacuum cleaners.
The ultimate learning from Dyson's journey is super profound. The temporary exclusive rights provided by a patent are exactly what give inventors the confidence to invest years of their lives, and often their life savings, into risky research. Without the promise of that legal shield waiting at the end of the tunnel, the tremendous innovations that push our society forward might never even make it out of the garage.
So, as we wrap up this explainer, I really want you to take a look at your own ideas, your businesses, your creations. Whether it's a clever line of code, a unique brand name, or a mechanical invention, ask yourself, what intangible assets do you possess right now that you haven't protected yet? Does your next big breakthrough have the shield it truly deserves? Thank you so much for joining me today to explore the vital world of intellectual property. Keep innovating, and for sure, make sure to protect your brilliance.